Hey everyone, Peter here. Petey, you can call me whatever you want to call me. So happy for all the names. Bit nervous, not used to doing stuff on camera. I just wanted to basically bring you a little bit into my world, talk to you a bit about like my job, my weirdness. You're gonna be like, wow, this boy's a bit strange, but you know, we love it. Well, I love it. I like to be a bit weird, but quirky weird, the good weird. We like the good weird. I'm really enjoying doing everything for this channel. It's really fun. You do have to stay on top of it. It's kind of like, you know, the monobrow. You got to keep on top of it. Thank you so much for all of your support. All right, let's kick things off with the first fun fact. I've been on reality TV before. So back in 2017, I went on Australian Survivor. It's weird. A lot of people think, why the hell would you go on Survivor? Like, why? Out of all shows, why are you going to starve yourself? Who would give up food? Food is great. I love food. I was a big Survivor super fan. Literally my 21st birthday was Survivor themed. And my friends were like, Peter, we want to look pretty. And I was like, look pretty dressed in rags, make it work. But it was just one of those things where it had always been my dream to go on. When Survivor came to Australia, it was kind of I don't think I expected to actually get on. I was just like, put myself out there, apply, because if you don't, you're going to regret not applying. And then kind of just went through the stages and got on, and yeah, it was very crazy. To answer the most common questions, no, they don't feed you when the cameras aren't rolling. The bathroom situation was like a long drop, and I think it was more for like respecting the environment rather than like us, but basically it's like a hole in the ground where you all have to go. And no, I didn't brush my teeth for over 50 days. And it was a few years ago now, so I guess I've kind of moved on in a sense. Like if you go onto my Instagram, you have to scroll down very far to find Survivor stuff. It's not because I'm not proud of it. Like I'm very proud of Survivor and what I did and all of that. It's kind of nice to just have that part of my life and then kind of move on in a way. One of the best things to come out of Survivor was at that time we had the marriage equality vote kind of going on in Australia. I kind of just leveraged all of the different contacts that I had, and I just kind of wrote a few articles here and there for different publications. And it was nice to be able to like do my part, I guess, to support the movement towards marriage equality, even though it's probably, realistically, it was just like a drop in the ocean of everyone's continual rally behind that cause. And very grateful for absolutely everyone who voted yes and supported that. And yeah, I'm very happy we have marriage equality here in Australia. What's great about Survivor, I guess, you do learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about people that you're not used to interacting with. Like me, the alpha males, we don't really mix, but on there you had to mix. And it was like learning a lot about how very different personalities work. So many amazing lifelong friends have come out of my time on that show. I still talk to a lot of them now, and they're kind of spread out in different states around Australia. So next, I wanted to talk about basically what I do for work, as in like my full-time job outside of YouTube. So I work for Channel 9 here in Australia. They, have a TV channel, but they're also very heavily into digital as well. My job essentially is I cover and write articles, galleries, go out on shoots with video producers to get extra video content, all for reality TV. So the shows I work across are kind of like Married at First Sight, Love Island. We have a show called The Block, which is like a renovation show. We had The Voice, but now it's gone to another network. Ninja Warrior, Lego Masters. At the moment, I'm working on Beauty and the Geek, and I'm living for that show. The geeks are just the cutest, and the beauties are so nice, and it's just, oh my God, that show is so wholesome. I'm obsessed. It's a really fun job. I think some people kind of go, did Survivor lead into this new job? And it's kind of like yes and kind of like no. So I did study communications, majoring in journalism at university, and I graduated. And my first role was in like native advertising. And I was so lucky because I basically was in this team, and there was this girl, her name's Julia, and she was just the most amazing mentor like ever. She really like took me under her wing. She trained me up. She was so funny. She had me like rolling on the floor laughing every day. I'm not even exaggerating. Like people probably thought I was crazy, but I lived my best life. But when I got accepted onto Survivor, I was like, I have to go. This has been like my dream. I had Survivor Team 21st, so obsessed. And it was like, when are you going to get that opportunity again? So I quit to go on the show. And it's a bit weird because I quit Channel 9 to go on a Channel 10 show. I think what kind of made it okay was everyone knew I was obsessed with Survivor, and everyone knew I'd been applying because I literally told my boss, I've got this, next round interview. We all watched my audition tape together, and everyone was like, who was this strange boy, but love it, living for it. I really hope if I go on Survivor, I get to have a chicken. My hashtag gay is okay sparkly soap, which is like the best thing ever. And we have found it. A murky lake and a log. So my bosses and everyone was very like on board. So I guess when I quit to go on the show, it was kind of okay. After the show, obviously didn't win, so I needed a job. Another department, they're like 9 now. So it's kind of like Channel 9's catch-up streaming service. And initially, when I'd been interning there, they kind of pulled me for a day or two to help out. So I freelanced for them a bit, and that was more like digital for TV, what I'm doing now. And then they offered me a job, and I was like, I need a full-time job. So I took it. So that was a weird transition into that, but that's how it kind of all came about. I think in terms of like career, having a good boss makes a big difference. Julia just like, wow, she set the bar so high, like my hand can't reach. Like at the moment, my boss, her name's Jess, she's very cool too. Gets the work done, really lovely, really kind, just no drama. And like, I think there's a lot of flexibility in my work as well. Like they wanted us to make our work bios, and I wrote my work bio literally as a joke. It's a bit outdated now. Like I'm like, Peter has a YouTube making Sims content. He has 13 subscribers, 4 of which are himself. Like I literally just I wrote it so strangely. Like, and at that time I did have 13 subscribers, and yes, 4 of them are myself. I was literally like, come on, Peter, you gotta have a 5th Google account. Come on, you can do this. But no, I only have 4. But so yeah, 4 of my subscribers are a lie. They're just me. I basically wrote my bio as a big joke, and they were like, love it, Peter. Great one. So yeah, if you ever read my work bio, you're gonna be like, he's a bit weird. Okay, on to the third fun fact now, which is just my heritage. So obviously I'm born and raised in Australia, in Sydney, and I do love Australia and Australian culture and all of that jazz. In terms of where I'm like from, my heritage, my background, I am Italian. Where in Italy, it's all a bit of a... So my nonna on my dad's side is an orphan from Rome. My nonno on my dad's side is from an island called Ischia. It's kind of like off the Amalfi Coast. It's really pretty. And my nonna and my nonno on my mum's side, they're from Monte Cassino, like a small village in Monte Cassino, which is like a little bit south of Rome. Similar-ish situation. Italy just wasn't in a great place after the World War, so a lot of people migrated. And all of my grandparents really migrated to Australia, and that's why I'm here today. So next is a fun one, and it's basically that I have broken my foot dancing around the house. You might be thinking, what was the song? What was the song? I got very obsessed with The Greatest Showman, and then The Greatest Showman soundtrack came out, and I was like dancing to that around the house non-stop. I was barefoot and I jumped like up and out on the tiles, but then my feet landed, instead of landing like that, my feet landed like that, and my 5th metatarsal, so if this is like my pinky toe, like this, snapped. It wasn't that bad really, but the story's kind of funny. I broke it, I heard like a pop, and then I was like, oh, this is a bit painful, like really sore. So I called my dad and I was like, I think I might have broken my foot. I'm not really sure. And Dad was like, can you walk on it? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And he was like, you're fine. And I was like, okay. And then literally like 5 minutes later, I was like, I'm not going to walk on this. I'm just going to like rest it. I looked down and my foot's like, oh, like massive. And I called him again and I was like, no, I think it's broken. I think I got to go to hospital. It wasn't too bad, the break really. Like I didn't have to wear a boom boot or anything. I just kind of had to wear one of these like things that kept my foot really flat. And now like you can't run for ages. And I was like, no issues here. I don't like running. So that was great. But honestly, like I did miss the dancing, which I couldn't do for quite a while as well. Number 5 is a weird one. And it's that I'm anaphylactic to some foods. I was going to like say what food it is, but I thought probably shouldn't be telling everyone what can literally kill me. You know, don't put that out to the world. But basically, it's fine. Just whenever I go out to eat, I need to bring my EpiPen, blue to the sky, orange to the thigh, hold for 10 seconds. If anything goes wrong, we live our best life with the EpiPen by my side. It is in the back of my mind, something that I have to be quite careful about. But at the same time, like, I think because I've grown up with it, it's just like standard procedure, doesn't really bother me anymore. I want to talk about travels next, and I love travel. I think my favorite trip though was a trip to Japan with my friend Beck. And it's funny how this is all connected. So on Survivor, I had a friend called Jared. And during Survivor, Jared was always like, you and Beck are going to be best friends. I can just tell. And like, he was like spot on. Beck and I met and we just like clicked. And I think it was like, we'd seen each other in person like 3 times. And I was like, I really want to go to Japan. And she was like, I really want to go to Japan. So then we kind of just decided to go together. And she actually lives in Perth. So she's like other side of Australia, but we've gone on holidays together and we just clicked so well. Like when I started traveling, it was like, oh my God, we have to do this, this, and this, and like jam pack so much in the day. And then Beck and I kind of like, I think we just felt like so overwhelmed the first 2 days trying to pack in like as much as possible, that then we kind of like changed a bit the way we travel and would always just go out and get a coffee and have like a really like nice calming chat in the morning. And then after we had that really nice chat, we'd go out and see a few things and do a few things. But it was kind of like we can always come back one day. And if we're rushing, we're not going to enjoy what we see. So I think Japan was just super fun just because we took our time and we really enjoyed the things we did see, but we kind of were of that mentality that we can come back. So if we don't see absolutely everything, then that's okay too. I wanted to talk about some general interests now. So obviously Sims, very obsessed, love Sims, live my best life playing Sims, always playing Sims. But I'm also just a bit of a geek in general. Like I really like anime. I watched it a lot when I was younger and I still watch it here and there now. I'm watching My Hero Academia as it comes out. My favorite of all time is Code Geass. I love that anime so much. It's so fun, so exciting. Also really like Pokemon. I don't know if you can tell, I've got my little Jigglypuff pillow behind me. And I love Pokemon. My favorites are Starmie and Rapidash, just because I feel like they're both like so majestic and beautiful, but like underrated queens of the franchise that no one uses. Like they need some more love. And obviously like things like Harry Potter, I love fantasy. I really love K-pop, although I don't know if K-pop's a geeky thing. I feel like K-pop's like a cool thing though. But I love my K-pop. The next up is that I have had a hair transplant. So you're probably thinking, what? I have a big scar. There it is. From the hair transplant. I don't really try and hide it. Like I'm pretty open. My hair was never really that bad to begin with, which I should really clear up. If you're bald and you get a hair transplant, your hair won't look like this. Mainly like I was getting a bit of like a widow's peak, so like to fill in that. But I was just very proactive about it. I think my hair was receding. It was noticeably having an impact on me and to a point my self-esteem. And it's not necessarily a good or a healthy thing that we do tie our looks sometimes to our self-esteem, but I do think often we do, and for me I definitely did and probably still do if I'm honest. So I was kind of like, this is starting to weigh on me. I'm thinking about it a lot. I'm getting a bit upset about it, and I thought, well, I can basically let it keep going or I can do something about it. So I went and I did the research and got the hair transplant. I now take a drug called finasteride, which stops my hair from receding further. Bit of a risk it for the biscuit moment because it can cause like other issues, but didn't get them. And if I'm honest, I feel like I should be really upfront. Like I even do get a bit of Botox. Obviously I haven't had it for a while because we're in lockdown. I sunscreen every day. I'm very big on that like self-care. I've had a lot of skin issues in the past with like really bad eczema. So I think that's made me almost like hyper aware and vigilant, I think, in terms of skincare and taking care of myself and moisturizing and all of that stuff. So yeah, I don't know if it's a weird one. I feel like people might say that's really vain, but it's me and something I like to do, and I like to take care of myself as best as possible. Next up, I am writing a fantasy novel in my spare time. So I've planned out the whole novel. I've written about 17 chapters of the 32 planned chapters, but it is kind of something that I've parked. I think at the moment, full-time work plus the YouTube plus like family, friend commitments, all that kind of stuff, it's really hard to do everything you want to do in life sometimes. There's just not enough time. I wish there was more time, but it's definitely something I want to get back into at some stage, finish writing it. I absolutely love just like grabbing my laptop, going to the library, getting a coffee and just writing. And it's just so fun and therapeutic and like relaxing. And yeah, I think you can tell based on my job and my spare time hobbies, I'm just a big content enthusiast. I love making, writing, producing, all things content. And it makes me so happy to do and to learn and then to like have people read what you create from nothing or like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. Like it's so exciting. I love it. It's a very intricate plot line and it's all set in a desert. So like one day I hope to share this with you. And I wanted the final fact about me to kind of tie it back to my channel and be the inspiration behind it. So there was kind of like a few different moving parts that made me decide to create this Sims channel, which I absolutely adore and love. And one was basically in my work, in my full-time job, I do a lot of writing articles, galleries, interviewing, all of that kind of stuff, but it's all very writing focused. There's not much like video, but I go out with video producers and they edit together a lot of the work that I might. So I'll like interview someone and the video producers will put together that interview of the talents, not so much myself. And I kind of wanted to learn how to edit videos and like figure out how to put stuff together, just because it's a good skill set to have in my job and my career. Initially, I didn't really have any expectations for the YouTube. It was more like, I'm gonna do something that I love and I'm passionate about, and the topic of The Sims is something I really cared about and enjoyed and did a lot in my spare time. So it was like a passion project that then could basically just upskill me a bit. I felt like I had nothing to lose. Even if it went nowhere, that was okay, because like, who cares? I've learned new skills, it's great. And then I just really enjoyed it, and things have obviously been tracking upwards. So I think it's that positive affirmation where you put in the work and then things get better, and then you go, oh my God, and then you work a bit harder and you learn a bit more and you get a bit better at editing and you get a bit better at this. Another thing that helped is that my younger cousin has a successful YouTube as well. He's BCHD Gaming and he does FIFA videos. So I guess to kind of see someone in the family and see them do it and then think, oh yeah, like it kind of, I guess, put the idea into my head. I don't know if I would have thought I'm going to go make a YouTube as my means of video editing and stuff if I hadn't seen him do it, if I'm honest. So very big thank you to Brandon, and he's a king. He's awesome. He's also like younger than me, but like tall. And I guess that's my 10 fun facts about myself. And I just wanted to, again, thank you all. Like, this has been super fun. I really enjoy coming up with ideas. I enjoy putting it together. I enjoy writing my scripts for my videos, editing that, getting all the footage. Thank you for the kind comments. I love reading all the comments. I mean, I just can't thank you enough. 99% are positive and nice. So big love heart. Thank you so much. If you have any questions about my life or me or things I've said on my job or Survivor, whatever you want, you are free to write them in the comments down below. If there's like heaps on one topic, like lots on Survivor or lots about my job, I might find a way to do a separate video somehow on it. But if it's a odd question here and there, I'll try and get to it. And yeah, a big thank you, and wish you all the very best and stay well. Bye.